So Mikey, you ready to start building our cool base?
Yeah.
I think the two of us can get this thing done real quick.
Oh, sure. We can get started right away. After all, we may be attacked by monsters very soon, so we have to be ready.
It's a good thing we decided to do this ahead of time. Look at all the monsters outside the base. We need to destroy them.
Yep. You know, I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but in the end, we killed them all very quickly. Don't you think we made the base too cool? It's a shame we can't have a proper fight.
Let's have a little practice. It never hurts. Fire, Mikey. So, let's start making a base, shall we?
Yeah.
We've just got a lot of blocks, so I don't think we even have to go anywhere to get more blocks. And we're gonna have to set up weapons and equipment.
I can just imagine how cool it's gonna look. And by the way, what makes you think we're gonna be attacked? Although there have been reports of some very strange villagers recently.
Whoa.
So we better hurry up.
Well, that's why you and I are making a base. I don't think we can do it without it. Look how cool this is. And I really like the shades we used to build the base. But you realize this is just the beginning, right? We still have so many rooms to set up.
Yeah. How do you feel about starting with the infirmary? I think it's gonna be a very important place, because I also want to hire special forces to fight on our side.
Whoa.
And if anything happens to them, we'll treat them.
That's a great idea. Then let's take this room. And I think we should just put as many beds in here as we can to accommodate a lot of people at once.
Wow! And we're gonna set up more tables and chairs.
Yes!
So the wounded can rest here. And it's a good thing we added a bookcase. At least that way they can get better treatment and rehabilitation.
But, you know, I'm just gonna hope we don't have any casualties.
Seriously?
After all, our base is so cool, there's no way anyone could get in.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna set up a medicine cabinet in here.
Oh! And put in a lot of stuff that can measure vital signs.
Yes!
So what do you think we're gonna set up next? I think we're a long way from an attack.
Well, we better watch the street.
Really?
And by the way, we should also put up screens. Because if anyone has to do surgery, they need to be sterile.
And that's it. Now this room is just perfectly done, and we can move on. We have so many more rooms to organize. Hopefully we'll have enough time before the monsters come. So let's build a shooting gallery now, shall we?
Yes!
I think it's gonna be too boring without one, and we need to sharpen our skills. So it'll be the perfect place for us and anyone else we hire. We have enough resources, don't we?
Of course there's enough. I've bought everything so that there will even be some left over after setting up. And I think you can just put as many targets as possible in a row so that several people can shoot at once.
And don't forget that the shooting range has to be blocked off so no one accidentally walks in.
Whoa.
I'd hate to get hit by a line of bullets. And can you also separate the shooting areas? I think that would be more comfortable.
Sure, it'll be ready now.
Yeah.
Except there's no place to collect and look at the weapons. So we need to set up a big table. I think we can put the guns on it in the future.
Yes! I've been testing the shooting range a bit, and it turned out just fine. So we definitely did it for a reason. And the idea of having guns on the tables is a good idea too, because you'll be able to shoot different types of guns.
It's a good thing we have a lot of guns too. The important thing is to keep some for ourselves.
JJ, looks like I got some bad news for you.
What the?
Look out the window. I don't think these are all regular villagers. They're probably monsters. So it's time for us to deal with them.
Yes!
And I've been wanting to shoot for a long time. So let's go outside.
All right, let's go. I just don't think we should go down there.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of range with our weapons, and we have a good vantage point, so we can shoot from there. Boom!
You're right, but is that interesting? I'd like to run and gun from them.
Whoa!
They don't have the strength and speed to beat us anyway, so I'm not worried at all. Even if there are 1,000 of them, we'll still win.
I agree with you there, but there's still a lot of them, so I think we'll need to set more traps. I've already set some spikes, but not enough to deflect the waves.
I think your defense idea is a very good one. So let's get this whole thing started. And there's nothing better than a fence with electricity. That's the one thing the villager monsters can't get past, because they'll just turn to charcoal.
And you can also install a large number of spikes so that they also do damage. And by the way, you can also dig holes, but it will take quite a long time. We're in no hurry though.
Exactly. And just imagine how cool it's gonna be when we do all this, because the monster mobs will be self-destructing, and we can just sit back and relax at the base. I think it's the perfect plan.
I I agree with you, and I'll still make a small trap with a pit. It'll be disposable, but it'll kill a lot of monsters. The rest will be handled by the SWAT team.
Seriously?
I think it's the first time we've been able to do something cool so quickly.
Whoa!
It's probably because our skills have gotten so much better. So now, nothing is a threat to us at all.
Yes!
I can't think of a better defense. This is so cool. Well, that's it. We're done with the defense.
Yeah.
And that means we can go on with the rooms. And let's do the bedroom this time. We need somewhere to rest and sleep after all.
Oh!
Well, I think this room's a little big for us. So let's make it a dormitory for the fighters. There's plenty of beds in here for everyone to rest. But we need to fill it up with something else to make it better.
You don't even have to worry about that. Now, I'm gonna add a couple of cabinets and nightstands so you can store your clothes and shoes in here. It seems to me that pretty soon our base will be more like a big house.
Wow! At least it'll be the most secure house in the world.
Yes!
I don't know who you'd have to be to get in here. Oh, and by the way, put in a lot of different nightstands, because there's gonna be a lot of people living here, and everybody's gonna need a place.
Oh, okay. And to keep this place from getting so boring, I'm going to put some books in here.
Seriously?
It's always good to read a good book, especially at bedtime. And I think we're pretty much done here, so we can call it a night.
Yay! Let's just make the room a little more cozy with plants.
Whoa.
You want it to be cozy after all.
Now let's start building one of the most important rooms. And that, of course, is the kitchen. I'd like to eat something, but we don't even have a refrigerator yet. Well, we'll have it all up and running soon.
I think one stove is enough for us here. The main thing is to have a good hood. And to wash dishes and food, we need to install a sink. By the way, I really like the colors of this kitchen. They are so calm.
That's because I chose. You know I have good taste. And now we have a refrigerator, so we don't have to worry about food going to waste. Did you put the microwave in yet?
Yeah!
So you can start making a bar. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people in the kitchen, but just to be on the safe side. And a big table would be nice too. Put it right here.
Whoa!
Whatever you say. And look, we're all done.
Yep,
It's very convenient for two people to put furniture together.
I think we should set up the radio room now.
Yes!
We're in a real war here. And if anything goes wrong, we need to contact other bases. And we can't do that without equipment.
You're right. It's very important. So we need to set up a good computer here that can handle a lot of data. And we need radios and walkie-talkies just in case.
Oh! I think we should put everything we have in here. I know we have a very cool base and no one can get in here, but it's better to be safe because there's always a chance of losing.
Don't worry. With so many computers and laptops, we won't be in a lose-lose situation.
What?
Because we can call in air support, and then it's all over.
And of course, don't forget the plants, because it's important to have plenty of fresh air to do a good job. Now, we definitely have the best room for communicating with the bases.
Whoa!
We can only hope that we don't have to use this room,
Really?
and it will just stay here, because I don't think our base can be destroyed.
No way!
By the way, I think it's time to call for reinforcements,
Yeah.
because I don't really want to fend off waves of monsters myself. We've got everything we need to make them comfortable, so it's time to meet them.
Look, there's a helicopter. They got here pretty fast.
Whoa.
But that's a good thing. There aren't any monsters yet, so we can show them around and tell them all about it. I wonder how many of them are here.
Hey guys, good to see you at our base. Now you're gonna have to guard this place. And don't worry, it's got state-of-the-art technology,
Yep,
so
yep,
you
yep.
won't even have to work hard.
I can't believe we've gotten so cool. We're hiring special agents to protect us. I wish we could do that all the time.
That's it. Now our base is guarded from all sides.
Yeah.
So now we have to set up a workout room for them. Gotta keep myself in shape after all. Myself too. Mikey, I hope you'll be going there.
I don't know. I never liked going to the gym
Oh,
because you
man.
have to lift weights and work out a lot. And I can just pick up a gun and destroy anyone who gets in my way.
Whoa.
So it's just not my thing.
But it's nice to keep yourself in good shape.
Yes.
Here you will find a barbell with which you can pump your pecs and arms.
No.
And we should add some dumbbells.
Hey, pool is a really good idea. Maybe now I'll come to the gym more often just to play pool. Although there is a treadmill, and that's the kind of sport I like. What else is going to be here?
I'm also thinking of putting a punching bag in here. You can practice your punches on it.
Seriously?
And we're pretty much done here. So now we can move on to the next room. And that would be the library. I think the two of us can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's because you and I make a great team. We can do anything together. I've never understood why we need a library in the first place. It only takes so much time, doesn't it? And it's basically just a room with a lot of books.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's gonna read anything in here. So why don't we move on?
What the?
Oh, come on. This is a very useful place. It's also very peaceful. Imagine if you had nothing to do, and you could always come and read some interesting book. And I don't think you can read everything here.
Really?
I put a lot of bookcases, though.
Well, that worked out very well. Now let's set up the restroom. And I don't think we've chosen a very good location for it, because you have to run very far if you want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to get in trouble halfway down the road.
Whoa.
Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. And by the way, have you noticed that we can now quietly do the construction without being distracted by enemies? That's because our base is now being guarded.
Yeah.
I'll admit, it's pretty cool. And could you put a big bathtub in here?
Yes.
I can just imagine how nice it would be to lie in and relax. I think I might even be able to fall asleep in it.
What the?
Too bad we didn't get a separate toilet.
I don't think it's a big deal. It's always been done this way, and it was fine. By the way, we need to add more nightstands to store a lot of
Yep,
clean
yep, yep.
clothes and hygiene products.
I think we're going to have the best bathroom you can think of. And I love that it's so big. You can even run around in it. But you don't want to do that, or you could fall in.
Okay, now we need to build a cellar.
Yeah.
We need a place to store a lot of food, and a refrigerator's not gonna be enough for them. So this room would be perfect.
Let's make a lot of iron lockers in here. I feel like we could store a lot of stuff in there.
Yes.
And by the way, I love that you decided to mix it up. It adds style to the room.
Of course, it's important to me that it's beautiful. And now we can put in all the barrels we have. We don't really have that much food,
Seriously?
especially since we have 4 more people now.
You really don't think we're gonna have enough? Even so, we can get out and get more food anytime we want. But I think we can live on what we have for a month
Whoa.
and still be able to eat whenever we want. So let's just finish the cellar.
Great, I installed the last barrel I have, so it can go on.
Yeah.
Now, we have to think about where we're gonna keep the prisoners, assuming we have any. So, let's build a prison here. It won't be a waste, and we've got plenty of time anyway, so let's build it.
I think we can make a couple of cells to make it easier for us. You're right about the prisoners, though. It's not like we're keeping monster villagers here. Although there's a chance we could be attacked by others in the future.
What the?
The main thing is to make this place very strong and secure so that no one can escape.
Yeah.
Although I don't think anyone could escape from the prison but us. So we can take it easy.
You know, to be honest, I'd like to fight monsters again. Because I think it's cool to build, but I'd like to get some exercise and shoot. Hopefully, we can finish the setup pretty soon.
Yes.
Actually, we're almost done, so we should be able to move on to the next rooms. There's a problem though. We still have to set up the prison cells.
No.
To be honest, I thought it would be faster to build. I don't think we should put a lot of furniture in here.
Yes.
After all, this is where the prisoners will live. A simple wooden bed will do, and we'll have to make sure there's no escape.
Listen, I have another really fun idea. I want to put more cobwebs in the prison. Make it really disgusting to be in here.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm gonna add a bathroom.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's good enough. And if you're done here, you can move on to the next camera. And there you can add some scary objects
Booyah.
so that those who are sitting here are afraid to even talk to us.
That's a great idea. And we're pretty much wrapping up here. So we're gonna have to pick the next room to set up.
That's it. The prison turned out really well.
Yes.
And I was thinking, we need a place to store military equipment. So we should build a garage. We've got blocks left to build a garage, haven't we?
Oh.
Of course we do.
Then we need to remodel this place a little bit. At the very least, we need to make a big driveway so even a tank can fit in here. And by the way, I think we're about to have a new wave.
By the way, do you want to destroy monsters with a tank?
Whoa.
Seems like the easiest way to do it. And it's been a long time since I've ridden in a military vehicle.
That's it. We got the garage done and even managed to get all the equipment we had into it, but we still got a lot of stuff to get in there so we can service it.
Oh.
Mikey, give me a hand, will you?
Hey, Of course I will. I understand that we just need to spread a lot of fuel so that we can refuel a car or tank at any time.
Yes!
Although something tells me we don't have to do that very often.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let them stand just in case, because there are all kinds of situations.
Really?
And we have to be ready for them.
Hi-ya!
Look, we've got a lot more enemies this
Oh,
time.
no!
So using the tank is definitely a good idea. We can just drive around and crush them.
Boom, boom, boom.
I don't think any of them can survive that. So let's go.
Booyah!
Oh yeah, it's so cool to be in a tank. You know you're completely safe, so now you can shoot. But the shells are very expensive, so it's better to just crush them with the tank itself.
Yeah!
That's what I call a cool battle. Shooting guns is good too, but sitting in a tank is something else. I feel like no one can beat us.
Whoa.
I probably shouldn't say that though.
Exactly, and you know, I'd still like to shoot a shotgun, so let's get out of the tank.
Just be careful. If they get around you, it's gonna be really bad.
Well, that's it. That's a lot of monsters we've destroyed,
Yep,
and
yep,
I
yep.
don't think any more will attack us. So we won, Mikey. Now we can just rest.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Oh, I suggest we get some sleep. After all, we've been working non-stop for a couple days now, and I'm really tired.